For years, we've been talking to our AIs, but what if they could not only talk back, but actually start doing things for us? Well, today we're going to deconstruct a huge leap forward in AI, the big shift from these passive chatbots to agents that can take real action in the world.
I mean, think about it. The AI you're probably using right now, for all its power, is basically trapped. It lives in a single chat window. It can write you an email, sure, but it can't hit send. It can spit out some code, but it can't go merge that code on GitHub. It's kind of like a brain in a box with no hands to do anything.
But what if we could just smash that box open? Imagine an AI that doesn't just live in a browser tab, but lives right inside the apps you use every day. Slack, GitHub, Notion, you name it. And it doesn't just answer your questions. It actively gets in there and does the work for you. That's the whole new world of AI agents.
And this right here is the fundamental difference. A standard chatbot knows things. You ask it to draft an email, it gives you a block of text. Great. But an AI agent does things. You tell it to handle an announcement, and it drafts the email, figures out the right Slack channels to post in, and actually sends it. It's the difference between a research assistant who gives you notes and a real personal assistant who gets the job done.
And this is where it gets really wild. Check out this prompt from a demo. A user just types this in, and the AI, it connects to a completely separate voice cloning service, generates a brand new audio file in the user's voice, and then hops over to Slack and posts it in the right channel. I mean, come on. That's not just writing text. That's conducting a whole orchestra of different services to get one thing done. And it's not just flashy tricks, it gets even more complex. Here, the agent is asked to run a whole workflow across different apps. It dives into your private Slack history, reads and understands the conversations, figures out which ones are important, and then, in a totally different app, GitHub, it creates new issues based on what it found. That is real, honest-to-goodness automation. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This feels like science fiction. How on earth does an AI actually pull this off? Well, it's not one single piece of magic. It's actually a really clever recipe, a combination of 6 key ingredients all working together perfectly.
So here they are, the 6 building blocks we're going to walk through. We'll start with that core AI brain, then look at how it gets access to your private data, how it learns to actually act, how it connects to other apps, how it remembers you, and finally, how we humans actually direct the whole show.
All right, let's do it. Time to deconstruct this thing. Let's start right at the bottom with the foundation. First up, you have the foundation of everything, the large language model, the LLM. This is the engine. This is the part that actually understands your request to send an email because it's seen billions of examples of human language. It's the brain of the whole operation. But at this stage, it's still just a brain in a jar. So how does that brain get access to your specific info, like your company's Slack channel? That's where ingredient number 2 comes in. Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG. I love this analogy. It's like giving the AI an open book exam. When you ask it a question about your documents, RAG goes and finds the relevant snippets and gives them to the LLM right before it answers. It's the secret to getting accurate answers from your own private data. Okay, now for the really cool part. How we go from just knowing things to actually doing things. This is all about agents and tools. What we do is give the LLM a toolbox, a list of actions it can take, like send a Slack message or create a GitHub issue. The AI then uses a simple but powerful loop. It thinks, okay, I need to create a GitHub issue. Then it acts by using that tool, and then it observes the result to see if it worked. Think, act, observe. That's the key. But you can probably see the problem this creates. If you want your AI to use 10 different apps, and each app has 10 different tools, are you going to sit there and write 100 custom pieces of code to connect them all? No way. That would be an absolute engineering nightmare to build and maintain. And this is where, honestly, the most elegant part of the whole system comes in, the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. Just think of it like a universal power adapter for AI. It's an open standard. So instead of every app having a weird, unique plug, they all have the same standard socket. The AI can just plug into any app that supports MCP, and it instantly knows what tools are available and how to use them. No custom code needed. It's a game changer.
So our agent can understand us, it can access our data, and it can take action. That's awesome. But to be a true assistant, it needs one more thing. It needs to remember you. And I don't just mean what you said 2 minutes ago. I'm talking about a deep, persistent memory.
And the way this architecture handles memory is just super smart. It's broken down into 6 different types. You've got your basics, like short-term memory for the current chat and long-term memory for your preferences, but then it gets really interesting. There's a soul memory that defines its core personality, a user memory for things like your name, a tools memory for API keys, and even a cron jobs memory so it can run scheduled tasks for you. This is how it goes from a generic tool to your personal assistant. Okay, so we've got all these incredible pieces. The LLM brain, RAG for knowledge, tools for action, MCP for connections, and a multi-part memory. The final ingredient, the glue that holds it all together, is what we call context engineering. Think of it like being the conductor of an orchestra. The AI has a limited attention span, a context window. Context engineering is the art of feeding it the exact right information, the right prompt, the right tool, the right memory, at the exact right moment to get the job done.
And all of this leads to our final and maybe most important takeaway. With AI getting this good at doing things, what's our role? What's the human's job in all of this? Well, it doesn't disappear. It just evolves. This quote from the team behind Claude just nails it. The AI is now the one writing the code, making the API calls, doing the grunt work. Our job moves up a level. We become the planners, the architects, the managers of these incredibly powerful systems. We're not laying the bricks anymore. We're designing the entire building. We're the conductors.
So what we've seen today isn't just a smarter chatbot. It's the blueprint for a whole new way of working with computers. An AI partner that actually understands you, remembers what you care about, and takes action across all your apps. And this isn't science fiction anymore. This stuff is really on the horizon. It's coming. So I'll leave you with one final thought. When this truly personal AI assistant finally arrives on your computer, what's the very first thing you're going to ask it to do?